Good morning. Happy Sunday. We're going to do some pillow yoga today. So grab a blanket, grab a couple pillows of your choice. As you can see behind me, I just have a couple of our couch pillows that I love the texture of, and that they have like the feathers inside. Super comfortable and supportive. So when you're ready, go ahead and grab yourself a setup. I also put my yoga mat underneath my setup, but you don't have to. You can set up on a hardwood floor surface or a carpeted surface because we're using the blanket. It gives us a little extra pad on our backside. We're going to do restorative poses today. And we'll hold each pose for a lengthy amount of time to allow our body to restore in that particular area. We'll breathe, we'll focus on our breathing and releasing. And at the very end, we'll come into Shavasana in our final resting pose, and we'll restore our mind with breathing and concentration. All right, cheers to a great yoga practice. I'm drinking coffee this morning. You guys don't even have to get out of bed. We are going to start seated on a single pillow or two. If you'd like to support your bottom side more, you can take two pillows right to the center of your space, and we're going to start in a seated position. You guys are ready. Come on down to a seated crisscross position. You guys can bring the legs all the way up to the tops of the pillows. That feels nice on the front of the legs. We're going to start nice and tall. Place our hands on fronts of our knees. Just lightly cupping the knees, pull our navel in towards our spine. Engage lightly through the body, give some activation, but still allow yourself to breathe. So we're lifting up through the chest and then exhaling away. Let's go ahead and close the eyes this morning if that's comfortable for you. Keeping our chest open, keeping our neck long, inhaling deep through the nose, feeling our chest and our belly rise as we inhale and then fall as we exhale. So keeping the eyes closed, I'll guide you guys through your breathing this morning. I'll guide you into the next movements. Carve this time out this morning just for you. Take a second to unwind. Let negativity release away from our mind and our body. And let's bring some positive energy into our bodies and minds this morning. There's a lot going on. So for the next 35 minutes, let's just give yourself that time frame. I want you to focus on breathing in for 4 counts through the nose. So a nice, clear, strong breath through the nose. And then exhaling away from the mouth for 4 counts as well. Couple more breaths. Inhale for 4. And releasing for 4. On your next exhale, go ahead and drop your ear to your right shoulder, keeping a nice long space in between your left earlobe and your shoulder. Try not to let this shoulder draw up towards the ear. Keep it down and away. Releasing any tension through the neck, especially if we've just woken up. You might have some sleep tension through the neck. Continue to breathe in for 4 through the nose and out for 4 from the mouth. If you feel comfortable, you can bring that left hand up and take a couple fingers and just gently, very light to the touch, rub up and down between the earlobe and the shoulder. Physically feel the tension with the touch of your fingers. Also, if you feel comfortable, take the 2 fingers and tap along the side of the neck. As you do so, continue to breathe. And again, if you're comfortable, we're going to walk the fingers up the side of the neck and back down. Find an area of tightness and gently walk those fingers up and down. And when you're ready, bring that hand down and come to the opposite side. So drop the left ear down to the left shoulder, continuing to breathe. Create as much open space between the shoulder and the ear as you can. Sitting up nice and tall. If you feel comfortable, take those 2 fingers and let's just gently apply a soft touch to the side of the neck and slide those fingers up to the ear and down to the shoulder. And if you're comfortable moving on, let's go ahead and tap up towards the ear and down. Keeping the eyes closed if you'd like to. Just a gentle touch. And if you're comfortable, you guys, let's go ahead and walk those hands or those fingers up towards the ear and back down. 1 finger at a time, just walking the fingers up and back down. Continuing to breathe. It's a self-releasing massage this morning. Try to eliminate tension through the neck. And bring that hand back down to the knee. Both hands come over the fronts of the knees. Let's take an inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, release everything. Go ahead and open your eyes if you haven't already. We're going to shift onto the front of our body. So we're going to be moving our pillows around. Take your time setting up and readjust things as you need to. The first thing we're going to do this morning is a supported child's pose. So we're going to take the pillows and create a longer space in the front of us. I want it to be lifted slightly. So if this doesn't give you enough lift, you can always grab a 3rd pillow, or you can stack these pillows on top of one another. We're going to come down into a child's pose. So knees are wide, toes come together. Sink your hips over your heels and then bring those arms over. So ideally what I would like is to create the support underneath your torso. So as you come down, you're supported here. I'm gonna go ahead and come into that. I'm gonna add a third pillow. Readjust as you need to, and let's find our child's pose here. So really concentrate on opening up the low back into the hips. Release any tension that you're holding on to. Sometimes we kind of hold and clench and hold the muscles tight because we're nervous to let go. Allow yourself to let go. See how it feels. If it's too much or it causes pain or discomfort, then you can always readjust and come into a smaller movement as you need to. Hold here and breathe in again for 4 counts. And then exhale for 4 counts as well. This is an amazing groin and hip opener. We'll really feel those hip flexors release and open. It's also really good for glutes and low back. We've probably been doing a lot more sitting than normal. So let's go ahead and take that time to open up all of those muscle fibers as they've been pulled together in a stagnant sitting position often. Maybe. Continuing to breathe. Be patient with the process. On every exhale, allow yourself to release a little more. So maybe if you're still holding on and holding back a little bit, as you exhale, let go. Become heavier into your mat. When you're ready, comfortably lift yourself slightly. We're going to walk over to the left side of our mat. So bring both hands over to the left, support your torso with the pillows, and go ahead and release. Reaching your outer arm, this extended arm further. Don't forget to breathe. And you guys, when you're ready, go ahead and walk your hands to the opposite side of your mat and extending this opposite arm as far forward and past the outer hand as possible, releasing your upper body. Continuing to breathe in through the nose, away from the mouth. Allowing oxygen to rejuvenate your body. And when you're ready, go ahead and walk those hands back to center. Bring your hands right next to your chest, and let's go ahead and press ourselves up. Remove or change the pillow positioning. We're going to come into a puppy pose with the pillows. So we're gonna bring one pillow to the back of our space. This is gonna come underneath our knees and our shins. So when you're ready, tops of the knees come to the center of the pillow. And then we're gonna stack one or two to the front into an extension of our upper body. So here with our hips back, if you want more, you can extend the pillows further forward. Lift the hips up towards the ceiling. And just reach and extend more so through the torso. Holding there, thinking about lifting your tailbone up towards the ceiling, and also at the same time pushing back so that we release our hamstrings. This is such a good chest opener as well, especially if we have the pillows height up, and then we're allowed to drop the head down and our arms can extend lifted further up towards the ceiling. Continuing to breathe, let's go ahead and turn our head to the right side. Looking through the space underneath our arm and the floor. Close the eyes if you'd like to, or keep them open. Breathing in for 4 counts through the nose and away from the mouth for 4 counts. Maybe this gives you a little pep in your step today, or maybe you want to go back to bed. Go ahead and turn the head to the other side. Bring it back through center. Let's go ahead and walk one hand under the other in front of the chest and move your body around naturally. We're going to come onto our back. We're going to do a supported supine torso rotation with the pillows. We will bring them out to the left side of our mat. I would advise to do 2 because they're going to come in between the legs. You can start with 1, you can add 2, or you can actually bring in the 3rd one if you'd like to as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to lie on our back. Lie all the way down, 1 vertebrae of the spine comes down at a time. Support your upper body. We're going to take our left leg that's against the pillows and bring it underneath slightly. Not quite underneath, but press nice and tightly against the pillows. Shoulders are down. We're going to open up our arms in a goalpost-like. We're going to take our right leg and drop it over the tops of the pillows and keep our torso, keep the chest lifted up towards the ceiling, opening shoulder to shoulder, and keep that goalpost arms. If you need a 3rd pillow to stack on top, to hold the legs supported, add a 3rd pillow. If you prefer not to be supported and you want just the rotation, and you can place that leg down to the floor with no pain and without the shoulder lifting. You can do that as well, whenever feels most comfortable to you. I'm gonna add a third pillow because I want to be supported today. You can close the eyes or you can keep them open, continuing to breathe, you guys, through the nose. Exhale. For best range of motion, you want to make sure that this back shoulder, both shoulders are placed to the floor, making contact with the mat, the blanket, or the floor. Opening the chest up directly to the ceiling, finding your gaze to the ceiling as well, and just finding that leg rotation to the side, giving you a nice torso rotation, working through the muscles around the spine. On every exhale, allow yourself to rotate more or release more into the twist. Not only are compression poses good for releasing of the muscle tension, but also really good for digestion. When you guys are ready, let's go ahead and hug that knee up towards the chest and gently roll through our little back, coming onto our back. Keep that knee hugged up towards your chest. Flexing the toes up towards the ceiling. Feel the length in the back of the calf into the ankle, Achilles, bottom of the foot. If you'd like to, you can take your left fingers, grab your big toe or ball of your foot, and push an additional and release. Let's move the pillows over to the opposite side. So we're going to bring both the pillows, or all the pillows, whatever you chose to do on that side. We'll do the same on the other side. Now, our bodies are not symmetrical, so if you feel that you need to change the positioning or the amount of pillows or the way that you're making your movement, etc., do so on the other side. So we're going to bring our legs right next to the pillows. They're really pressed up against. Lie down if you're not already. And let's take the left leg up in the air. Bring our arms into the goalposts with our forearms and our chest opening to the ceiling. And then rotate to the right side, allowing our leg to come over top the pillows, but keeping both shoulders placed on the floor. Our gaze is to the ceiling, and I want you to focus on breathing. Readjust your pillows or your positioning as you need to. Continuing to breathe. I'll give you guys some spring music. April showers brings May flowers. Get some raindrop yoga music coming on. Go ahead and bring that leg or that knee up towards the chest. Give it a nice big hug in towards your chest. Use your outer arm to pull the knee in towards your body. And if you want more, reach your right hand, fingers or hand to the ball of the foot or the big toe and add a little compression in towards your body. Keeping the opposite leg extended long, creating separation between both legs. And release, you guys. Good, let's stretch our body long. So bring the arms above your head. Your legs are long. Think about being pulled in two different directions, from your ankles and from your wrists, both towards the bottom and the top. I want you to separate your rib cage away from your hips and really breathe into your belly. Extend your chest up. Feel your torso open. Feel the ribs open away from your hips. And take those nice long deep breaths in through the nose and out away from the mouth as we prepare for our next pose. I'm most excited about this next pose. When you guys are ready, go ahead and use your elbows, bend your knees, and then use your elbows to support you to come up. We're going to go into a supported pigeon pose. So we're going to bring the pillows towards the front of the mat. 1, 2, or 3 pillows. I'm going to start with 2. When you're ready, we're going to come into a plank for just a moment. We're going to send our right leg through to the front. So lift the right leg, send it through to the front so we can come into pigeon pose. Take your time coming into this pose. If sending it right through is too much, just tap the mat and then come into this pose. So for pigeon pose, your back leg is extended with the top of your foot flat to the floor, right off of your hip. Our left leg is working today there. The right leg is to the front, and you want to bring it as squared out as possible, so as parallel to the pillows as possible. And then we're going to release our upper body, either forearms to the pillow, or you can release all the way down and come to a resting pose on top of the pillows. If this is too much, you guys, you can bring this back leg into a bend and shorten this range of motion in the front. You're still going to get the release from the hip flexor, your low back, your outer hip, etc. But it's going to be a shorter range of motion, making it a little bit easier to hold the pose. So do the best that you can, come into the most comfortable releasing pose that you can, and let's focus on breath. If you want more, you guys, if forearms just quite isn't doing it for you, and you've gone through all the variations that make it a little bit more challenging, you can bring a third pillow into it, bring it out in front, and then release your upper body, long arms to the front. We're going to hold here and breathe. Hold here and breathe. Be patient with the process. You may feel some discomfort. If it's not painful, you're okay. I want you to just breathe through. A little bit of challenge. Feeling everything release, feeling the muscles open up. When you guys are ready, go ahead and push your body back away from the pillows. We're going to go into the opposite side. So you can leave your pillow set up as you like. For the other side, we're going to push our body up, sending the front leg to the back in a plank, and then switch sides. So send the left leg through to the front. Either come right into that pigeon pose, or remember you can tap the leg forward to come into this pose. So we're going to bring the leg as squared out as we can to the front, and most of our body weight is shifting over this front hip. Allow yourself to fall forward over this front leg. If this is too much range of motion, remember you can bend this back knee and pull it up towards you to create less stretch. We're going to drop that upper body and breathe into the pose. Oh. Hold here, you guys. Breathe through the nose and away from the mouth. This feels amazing. If you're in this pose and you feel like, you know what, I can handle maybe a little bit more, rotate this back leg more forward so you're directing the hip towards the floor if you feel like you're opening up. So go ahead and press that hip bone towards the floor and then reach forward. Lots is happening right now. Lots of muscles are releasing. And I don't know about you guys, but so deeply needed this morning. When you're ready, go ahead and press yourself back up. Use those hands. Come on up. We're going to do one plank. Send your leg to the back, either knees or toes. We'll hold here for 5 seconds. 2 and 1. Bring a knee down, the opposite to match. We're going to come into our final resting pose, Shavasana. It's really important. This next part's really important, so you gotta be quiet. Okay. This next part is like that. So, okay. All right, you guys, we're gonna come into our final resting pose, Shavasana. So you can either get up and be productive with your day or take a nap after this, which is also productive. If you need the rest, take that opportunity to rest. All right, so for our final resting pose, you guys, I'm going to have you stack the pillows either 3 deep, 2 deep. I want it to support your head, neck, and upper back. If that causes issues to your lower back, you can spread this out so it really covers the entire torso, including your head. So do whatever's best for you. Go ahead and take a second to set those pillows up that feels comfortable, because it's going to be our final resting pose. I want you to be most comfortable. I don't want any irritation, any pain or discomfort to be happening while you're in this final resting pose. So take a moment to set your pillows up for that. If you have low back pain or issues, it does help to support that low back. So I've made sure that I have the pillow bolted up into my low back, especially. And then also it's supporting my head and neck. So this position with all 3 pillows is very comfortable for me. So take your time as you come into your final resting pose. Let's drape those arms out to the side of our body with our fingertips open and our palms lifted to the ceiling. Release your head back. Bring your chin off your chest. Open your mouth slightly. Allow the muscles in your face to release. Let the toes turn out to the sides. Let the insides of the hips and thighs open up to the ceiling. Find the best and most relaxing pose. As we restore our breath in our physical body. And just for a moment, to the music or to your own drum, I want you to move your body organically. So go ahead and wiggle your toes. Bring your feet into it. Move your ankles. Move your shins, your calves. Move through your knees, bending and moving side to side. Contract your thighs. Move through your hips. Squeeze your glutes. Move through your abdomen, your low back, your middle back, your chest, your upper back, your shoulders, your neck, your head, your arms, and now your full body makes movement. Just feel for a second what's happening in your body. Do you feel any tight spots? Do you feel stress? Do you feel whole? Do you feel pain? Just take note of those areas. And as you move forward, be more aware of those spaces. Be more kind, be more gentle to those areas. Build strength into those areas. Breathe into those areas. And hopefully recover into those areas. In just a second, we're going to restore and relax our body movement, starting with our toes. Let's go ahead and release our toes. Let them become heavy. We're going to stop movement. Let the calves become heavy into the floor. The backs of the legs become heavy into the mat or the blanket. Let your glutes release. Let the knees fall heavy to the sides. Let your hips and ribcage open up, allowing space into your tummy. Allow your chest to open. Let your shoulders fall away from your ears. Let your arms drape to the sides. Let your fingers breathe from one another. Palms to the ceiling. Chin off the chest. Mouth is open. Eyes are released. Soft eyelids. Just come into a natural breathing pattern. Whatever feels best for your rhythm of breathing, I want you to inhale and exhale, let it go. You guys, as we lay here, I want you to think of one thing, one positive thing that we've been able to experience in our lives during this crazy time. What one thing, one positive thing has been a takeaway from this challenging time in our lives? For me, it's been to unwind. It's been to be okay with being still and to appreciate silence and no chaos. I'm enjoying the stillness. What's one thing that you feel or that you've collected or observed during this time? Continuing to breathe in deep through the nose. Away from the mouth. And de-stressing our body. Taking this time to reflect, both mentally, emotionally, and also physically. Stay connected with your mind, body, and soul during this time, and hopefully furthermore. Continuing to breathe, you guys. Keeping the eyelids soft, keeping the mouth open. Keeping the mindset of releasing our body, reflecting, and coming back to that one positive thought or that one positive concept of what we've gained during this time. When you're ready, keeping your eyes closed, go ahead and roll over to your right side in fetal position, pulling your knees up to the chest, hands underneath the temples or the cheek, creating a pillow with your hands to your face. And from there, when you're ready, go ahead and roll yourself up to a seated position, either on the pillows or on your mat or on your space. Hands come to the knees. Let's widen the finger span. Inhale, raise the chest. Exhale, release. Arms come out to the side, palms up to the ceiling. Inhale, your arms overhead. Connect your hands together, creating some tension. Exhale, draw them down to heart center. Open your eyes if you haven't already. Take one more inhale. Exhale, sigh out. From me to you, namaste. Fantastic job, you guys, today. I hope you enjoyed your practice with me. Maybe it motivated you guys to continue to move throughout the day, or maybe you want to rest a little more this morning. Do what you wish with your time, and I will see you back for more classes soon. Happy Sunday.